Greetings, my friends. This is Maerlande. So, it's been a long time since I did a video, and I apologize. I probably need to sort of explain the real life stuff has taken off into just wildness. Busy, busy, busy. And I hit decision paralysis very, very badly with this game and Dominions. So I'm not going to do too many spoilers, but if anybody's followed along, I'll give it up. I ended up having to find a sub simply because I just could not sort out what I needed to do. And I'd reached, decision paralysis. I had critical things I had to sort out in real life for school and for work and for future growth. And everything had to kind of sit aside for a while. So I'm going to go over a quick little episode just to catch up. This is turn number 40. You can see, the status is kind of static. Maybe we'll look quickly at the throne situation. I have 2. The Throne of Dreams is unclaimed. Ander has 1, and Vedheim has 1. And I am, positioning myself for the next phase of action. Not a whole heck of a lot going on, so let's have a look. I was still doing some spells, looking for sites. I tried a few more assassinations. You'll see these do not go very well at all. People have talked about, I went and looked up asking some questions of suggestions for what might work. Reality is these giant dogmen, and with any bodyguards, there really is no hope. We looked into how much gear would be required to make this work, and it just will never work. It's not worth the cost. To spend a bunch of gems on gear just doesn't cut it. So those are fails. Here's a little raid by Andra, and another little raid by Andra, and those are underground. So not a lot happening. Big armies here prepped. Hopefully we're going to get... looks like I scheduled another set of assassinations just to try, because this was just a commander, a priest, and a few guards, so maybe it'll work, but other than that, looks like I'm going up to the surface here, so holy cow, it's been quite a while. So we'll see if we can take this one and, lock it down. Still kind of sitting here waiting for more action. And I don't think there's a whole heck of a lot else to talk about. A few events. We finished the fort over here, so that's getting built. That's being upgraded. Did I make some more? No. Looks like I didn't have the cash. Cash situation is low. So, there's troops moving to different positions. Some of them are sneaking about. I'm hanging in here, sort of waiting to get an opportunity to ambush. And I think, all things considered, that about sums it up. So let's jump one more turn. Only take a few minutes. We'll look at 41 and see if there's any real significant changes to the situation. Okay, quite a few battles. See, more failed assassinations. That one succeeded. I got the priest, but it's not enough. And so 3 of them. And then, so twice we tried on the commander. It failed. He didn't even have bodyguards. It's just simply fails. I just don't think there's a cost-effective way to get these to work. Poisoners are not super cheap, but these are cheap dudes. There's nothing special about them, and I just can't get them. So here I swapped out, and I thought, I'll try Buffsky. Didn't work. So yeah, kind of really hopeless. No action here. What about this? Another small raid. The PD didn't hold. Of course, it didn't. Andra's raiding back with Betty. Okay, so here's my attempt, and it bounced off, 30 of these senatorial guards, so not successful. I mean, not a huge cost. This isn't terribly... Well, I lost the poisoners. That sort of sucks. Yeah, it's a struggle. It's very much a struggle. Betty counter rated. Okay, this one Andra failed. So where was that? Oh, that's here. Okay, so we held that one off with just some long dead. And that one did work. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff just not holding up. So looking around, here comes Andra bouncing a bit, succeeding a bit. Big army here is going to go back and take it back. Try to go lay down on this. We're moving some scouts forward and major army here, prepping. Research-wise, working up for a couple more levels of construction. There's some pretty critical research targets that I have not reached. Boy, I think that really does sum up turn 41. There's just nothing much else going on. Not a lot of Agartha. Not a lot of Eddie doing things. Pangaea's gone. So I've lost some provinces. Army size is up and down, but it's mostly just long deads. Down underground. Not a lot happening. Big group here. Forging various things. Summoning some stuff. Yeah. I think I'm going to call this just a little short episode. It's a very short one. So I will try to get a few more of these up and get a little bit caught up. But just so you know, real life has taken over. And I do have to deal with that. The Dominions is a hobby. Doing the YouTube's kind of cool, but I've got some other YouTube projects that are going to be a change up. I've decided I'm going to make a new YouTube channel to move my non-gaming stuff to another channel. And that'll mean that this channel I'll leave the things that are up, but I'll move them over there. This channel will just be gaming in the future. So you'll see those changes pretty soon. I'm still making some final decisions. When you rename channels or move channels with YouTube, you're stuck with them for quite a while. So I want to be sure I've sorted those out effectively. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short little episode. And I will be continuing on. We've got quite a few more turns till the crisis turn hits when I had to get a sub. And there's a lot of potential action coming up very soon. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll put a note in to say, hey, big battles or big success or big problems. That way you'll know what's coming. Well, you all have a good one. That's it for me for today. I didn't get any jokes ready today. Sort of a last minute, hey, I had a quiet day. Alrighty. Take care, my friends.